Hello, y'all. This is a different setting, but I figured that I'm just gonna be more comfortable with these freaking videos because I don't need them to be official or anything. Yeah, intro. Anyway, maybe I should just make it like one take instead of having so many freaking cuts and takes because that actually takes forever to edit. Also I've been talking all day, so I feel like I'm on a roll right now. Like I can talk about anything. So this is gonna be about week 3, woohoo, which is recovering a sense of power. And going over the book, I don't think I'm going to be reading the quotes like I did last time. I'm just gonna go through all of the like topics in the chapter and I'll give like what I was thinking while reading. All of my annotations are and post-it, so I don't have to write on the actual book, so I can write in the book like later on in the life and in my life when I like read it over again, because I'm planning to come back to this. Yeah, it is Monday, July 20th, 2:28 a.m. So technically I am late by one day, but I mean it's like 2:28 a.m. meaning like it's basically Sunday night. So I'm on time, I don't care. And I want to go over like my artist date, my progress with morning pages. I might just read like my check-in. So first was anger. Anger is meant to be listened to. Anger is meant to be acted upon. It is not meant to be acted out. And she ends it with, anger is not the action itself. It is the action's invitation. Anger is just like, it's just a signal from your body that like something is wrong and that something needs to change. So the next section is synchronicity. So there's a quote here from the work of the Chariot. When a man takes one step toward God, God takes more steps toward that man than there are sands in the worlds of time. Literally reading this quote, I had tears in my eyes. I wrote, my stomach immediately fell. Built up guilt that I have. So I'm not like super religious anymore. I grew up Seventh-day Adventist because my parents, I would go to church like with my grandma. I still don't eat pork. I still don't eat a lot of the seafood that we're not supposed to. I have been eating sushi. I do believe there's something out there, but I don't like organized religion anymore. I'm open to learning more. That's just where I stand right now. And just reading this, knowing that the Artist Way is written as like a spiritual guide for creativity, I think the thought of a God makes sense. So synchronicity is basically when two unrelated things happen at the same time and they feel like meaningfully connected, even though there's not like an obvious cause and effect. Camry explains that a lot of doors are going to open the more that you are open to these things. It was known as serendipity. I honestly really truly believe in synchronicity. Like, there are too many coincidences in this world. It only makes sense that it's the doing of something bigger than us. Action has magic, grace, and power in it. Next is shame. Shaming someone is an attempt to prevent the person from behaving in a way that embarrasses us. I know a lot about shame because I'm Filipino. That was a joke. Especially in an Asian household, there is a lot of judging, but I think it comes from, sometimes it can come from a good place. I don't think I ever got shamed for my being creative, and even with my choice in wanting to continue my creativity, like in my later years. Not to say that I have never been shamed before by extended family members, indirectly by friends, just like peers, people who can't really understand a creative life, or not even just with my creativity, just like with everything. Many artists begin a piece of work, get well along in it, and then find as they near completion that the work seems mysteriously drained of merit. It's no longer worth the trouble. To therapists, the surge of sudden disinterest, it doesn't matter, is a coping device employed to deny pain and ward off vulnerability. And I realized that I did this with a lot of my music. Especially like ones I've made out of strong bursts of emotion, especially with my older stuff. Demos that I have unfinished because It just doesn't feel like me anymore, especially if I'm like taken out of that situation. I just kind of don't want to like deal with it anymore because I feel like I'm past it. Or maybe it's not so much that I'm like past that situation, it's more that I don't want to go back to it and have to relive it. In this section, they also answered my question from week 2, where I was asking like, when is critique ever healthy? I wrote this quote down: "The criticism that damages is that which disparages, dismisses, ridicules, or condemns." Hammond stresses that we must learn where and when to seek out right criticism. I also wrote down, "It often takes another artist to see the embryonic work that is trying to sprout." I've showed my first drafts to so many wrong people, and I realized quickly like they just don't get it, and it just makes sense because like they don't know what a first draft sounds like in music because they don't do it. I can't like dog them for not thinking it's like the best thing ever when it's at its embryonic stage. And I think I would have benefited reading this when I first started making music, because that's when I was very much into like showing these drafts to people, and I would feel bad if they gave me criticism. Luckily I never stopped. We must be very firm with ourselves and not pick up the first doubt. I feel like this goes with like my affirmations and just me having a solid sense of self. I really have to get it through my head that I do not need external validation, and it all must come from within me. The antidote for shame is self-love and self-praise. That was a good one to end it on. Dealing with criticism. Useful criticism ultimately leaves us with one more puzzle piece for our work. Useless criticism is withering and shaming in tone, ambiguous in content, personal, inaccurate, or blanket in its condemnations. Creativity is the only cure for criticism. I don't think I've ever thought of my past as much as I did like reading this book. Like every morning I wake up and I had a dream about like something from my past. I think it was a lot of understanding anger, shame, guilt, and he gave tips on the next step after those feelings. I think this week was a success. So that is it for the reading. I want to talk about my morning pages and my artist day. My progress with morning pages has actually been really great. I love morning pages. I feel like it makes me a better talker. I feel like it makes me more productive in general. Wakes me up, definitely. Gives me something to look forward to, and also like if I'm writing a lot, like I can literally just write about whatever the heck I want, and sometimes it doesn't even have to mean anything, and I'll still write because I don't know, it makes me feel like I'm doing something good. Even though I'm not writing anything, I know that it's just conditioning myself to like put my thoughts onto paper. So yeah, I feel like it's been helping in whatever way. And I have been writing affirmations, so instead of 3 pages it's become 4, because I do affirmations right after the 3 pages, and I've chosen like 3 creative affirmations. I'm willing to let God create through me. I'm willing to use my creative talents. And there's a divine plan of goodness for my work. I also added like I'm beautiful, because I can never get too much of that, and everything I envision will come to fruition. I forgot where I heard this, but I thought it was awesome because it rhymes and I believe in it. So yeah, love morning pages. My artist date, I'm gonna plug in some videos of what I did and my thoughts. So just finished watching the Odyssey. I am now in the car, just in the parking lot. Not even of the theater. This is just like some random parking lot, I guess. I don't know if I had to pay. But anyway, 5 out of 5. I'm actually glad I have this parking lot to myself because I can film without anybody saying or anything. I think for me, what the cherry on the top was I haven't read the Odyssey since high school, and to be honest, the only thing I remembered was he was on a boat, and I low-key thought that Homer was the main character. I honestly am wishing I had more knowledge about Greek mythology because I used to be really into it when I was a kid. Like, I would read Percy Jackson and stuff. That's the, like, extent of what I knew. I'm kind of influenced to read more. I love this movie. I thought it was so beautiful. I thought it was a fat 5, like, such a fat 5. I started crying, like, halfway throughout the movie, and then at that point, like, tears were just rolling down my face every second, like literally every second. I had to pick up my shirt and like start going like this. I thought the movie theater was gonna be packed, but I had so many empty seats around me. I'm guessing it's because it's a local theater, and it is, well, I don't know, it's like Sunday and it started at 8. I don't know. I want to come back to this theater again. I think it's super cute, and I want to get my pics in there because I was too afraid to, because I think they were closed. But I got some clips, if you guys saw. I feel like ever since I started The Artist Way, I've been wanting to read more. So I think like maybe my next artist date will be a library or like a bookstore. Yeah. Yeah. Artist date was awesome. What a beautiful freaking movie, bro. Christopher Nolan, you made my favorite movie ever, Interstellar. And you might have topped it with this one. You might have. I don't know. I have to watch Interstellar again to like remind myself, because bro, this movie was crazy. 5, and I don't give movies 5 except for Interstellar. So thanks for watching my week 3 update. Next is gonna be week 4, recovering a sense of integrity. I hope y'all have a lovely start of your week, and see you next week.